Joining us now, Congresswoman Becca Balint of Vermont, who sits on the House Judiciary Committee. Congresswoman, do you think Homan should be fired?
I think Homan should absolutely be held accountable for being caught with $50,000 cash in a bag. I think he should resign. He is a disgrace to this government, and we were already having Homan on our radar screen in the Judiciary Committee. There was a letter submitted to him just about a month ago from the Judiciary Committee demanding that he answer questions regarding his conflicts of interest. We have strong concerns that he may be accepting kickbacks for contracts that he has helped to usher through. He had worked for a conglomerate that does immigration detention, and over $1 billion of work has already been shunted to that group. We have strong concerns about that. And of course, it just certainly looks like a big grift when you've got somebody caught with cash in a bag, promising that when he is in a position of power, he's going to give them work. It's outrageous, and we're going to demand questions.
Just to clarify, you're saying that not only is it the allegation of 50 grand in cash in Cava bags, it's other concerns that millions of dollars has been funneled to a network that could potentially be self-serving. So on top of that, there's video of the sting. Can you get that video? Can your committee get the video and release it to the public, the video that was reported on by Carol Leonnig, our colleague?
Certainly between the Oversight Committee and the Judiciary Committee, we are going to be hitting hard, not just DOJ, not just on the FBI and why Kash Patel decided to not pursue this case, but also to make a plea to our head of our Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, that is this the kind of thing that he wants to sit and watch happen in his government? It is absolutely shocking that we can't get answers from Homan about his conflict of interest, and that now we're just seeing this story released. I wish we had known this when Kash Patel was in front of our committee last week. We certainly would have had a lot more questions to ask him about Mr. Homan.
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask you about that. To Jeffrey Epstein, the FBI director, as you just mentioned, he was in front of your committee last week. Obviously, he was not asked about this, but he was asked about a lot of other things. Quite a performance he put on there. What was your big takeaway about the way he has been running the FBI since he's become the director?
Well, for someone who claims that he is all about transparency, he has absolutely been doing a shell game with agents within the FBI. There were 1,000 agents pulled off to sift through the Epstein files when we tried to nail him down. What were the projects that they were pulled off of in order to do that work, to try to determine whether Trump's name was in the files? There are certainly aspects of the Bureau that are not getting the attention that they deserve, whether it isn't trafficking, whether it is white-collar crime, whether it's going after corruption. And he absolutely did not answer our questions. It was about fighting with us. It was about casting aspersions on the members asking the questions. And look, I just want to make it clear to Americans who are watching this, it is the job of the Judiciary Committee to have oversight over the FBI. That is not something that is outside of our scope. In fact, we have a commitment that we make to the American people to know that the DOJ and the FBI is doing their jobs to protect all of us. And we have strong concerns also about national security. And he would not give us any clear answers. As you said, it was a show. It was not actually about getting to the bottom of what's happening at the FBI.
I want to hear more about how lawmakers plan to pressure Patel and others around this Homan story. However, you know, one of the arguments I've heard some people make over the last 48 hours or so is, you know, D.C.'s kind of a swamp. All kinds of people, when they're not in their official government jobs, they're engaged in consulting. So maybe this was a $50,000 consulting fee. Yeah, it looks a little weird that it's in a kava bag, but, you know, this is what D.C. is. So is he going to, A, have a good defense because of the culture of consulting and the way people, when they're out of government, make money in connection to these groups, like the corporate groups that are involved in immigration detention? And do you think, what would the line of argument be to hold someone like Homan accountable and to hold the administration accountable if all of this happened during a period in which he wasn't actually working for the Trump administration?
He made promises to these businessmen that he absolutely would be in the Trump administration. And if they only gave him a wad of cash, he could make sure that he could get them business before the Trump administration. Look, I want to just reassure people who are watching this. I have never seen people in Washington, D.C. Walking around with bags full of cash. So let's be clear. This is beyond the pale, okay?
Not even one time?
How could a Cava bag? You'd have to have like a deluxe bag to fit 50 grand in there.
Okay.
What about a
Let's not
suitcase,
normalize.
a briefcase?
Yeah.
No?
Congresswoman.
Look,
The swamp.
this administration is about grift, you know, from the top on down, from the Qatari plane, okay, to the Bitcoins. It is about how can we extract money from the American people to line our pockets and not do the work of protecting us. That's what is supposed to be happening both with Tom Homan and Kash Patel. It is not supposed to be self-enrichment.
Congresswoman Becca Balint, you always are fantastic to have on, so thank you.